Hey guys, here we are at round 3 of the SRK Junior Championship at Herefordshire Raceway. Let's get straight into it. This is my first heat where I'll be starting in P8. Off the line when we go then. I try to make a move down the inside here, but it doesn't quite work out. We're side by side down the hill and I'm going to keep it round the outside going onto the straight and make the move work. I've now got to try and catch the pack ahead. As we come out of the bridge, I make a lovely move on George. I'm now starting to catch the guys ahead. A bit of a tussle with us here going into the first hairpin. Going into the second hairpin, I'm now on the outside of this driver. I'm going to try to turn, but I get bumped out of the way and unfairly overtaken. I try to keep it round the outside of George, but I can't quite make it work. It is very short-lived, however, because I make it down the inside of him coming on the exit of turn 1. Now I've got to get my head down and catch the two in front. Exit of turn 1, we are able to pull alongside. This means going into hairpin 1, I'm able to make the move stick down the inside. We are now on the back of the driver in front. The driver ahead defends very well, but I'm still able to get down the inside. Out of nowhere, the driver behind both of us is able to pull a brilliant switchback. I need to try and get him back quickly so I can catch the top 3. And here's my chance down into turn 1. I make a decent move down the inside and overtake him. Now I've got to get my head down to catch the top 3. I'm definitely catching very quickly, but will I have the time to be able to overtake them? We're getting very close now, but this is the final lap. P8 to P4. Not too bad, but too much time was spent tussling with other drivers. Here we are then in my second heat, starting in P2. We get a better launch than Ned, so I'm going to try and keep it around the outside. It doesn't quite work though, as we don't quite have the momentum. I am going to stick right behind him though, waiting for my next chance. A good defence put up into turn 1. Going into the hairpin, he leaves the door wide open and I send it down the inside. Now I signal for him to work together so that we can pull away. I've already started to pull a nice gap. So here we are on the last lap. I have just overtaken a back marker and I have a massive gap to P2. And now I bring it over the line to come P1 at my front start. So here we are in heat 3, starting in P9. The kart in P7 gets a really bad start, so I'm able to overtake him before we even get to the bridge. I tried to follow Jacob Lander through, but I can't quite once again make it work. Even the kart behind me is trying to get into this battle. I do my best to cover it off, and also make a great move down the inside in the process. Let's speed it up. Now that the karts have bunched up, I am also able to make a move on Jacob. Jamie goes for a great move on this guy in the green helmet. I'm also able to follow him through. Ty makes a little bit of contact with me, but he gives me the position back. Let's skip forward a bit. So there we go over the line. A great heat. P9 to P3. Let's move on to the A final. So here we are, starting P3. I get a good launch, but I'm forced onto the grass. This slows me down and puts me with the karts behind. I now need to try and consolidate my position. Some good battling is going on behind me. I don't think that my car is quite as fast as the people's behind me, as I'm struggling to pull away. Huey tries to make a move, but it doesn't work out and he spins me out. This puts me all the way down to last place. As you can see, I'm not very happy about it. Now I have to try and get myself back into this race. I've skipped on to when I catch the back of the pack. I tried to go down the inside, but this guy covers it off very well. This does mean, however, I am able to pull off an amazing switchback. And shut him out by the next corner. I now skip on to where I've caught up to Max and Vasco battling ahead of me. Coming out of hairpin 2, I just tap the back of Max's kart, which loses all of my momentum. I attempt an audacious move here on Vasco, but it doesn't work out. Now, I'm just trying to get as many points as I can from the day to put towards my championship total. Vasco decides to go around the outside of Max, but I capitalise on this and take him down the inside. I then go for another very bold move on Max, and once again it doesn't work out. This allows Vasco right back through. This race is just not going how I wanted it to go. Let's skip forward a lap. Vasco goes for a move on the outside of Max, but he then runs out of road, allowing me through. So on to the final lap we go then. I tried to cut to the inside of Max going out of turn 1, but I just tap him and lose my momentum a little bit. I also have to go slightly defensive as Vasco is right behind me. This allows Max to pull a big enough gap to be able to consolidate his position. So on to the final few corners of the race. I'm just not close enough to Max to be able to make a move. So that's the end of the race, and we finished in P9. Not where I wanted to finish today. I still have the lead of the championship, 35 points ahead of second place. I would like to say a massive thank you to my sponsors, whose websites will be in the link below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm looking forward to round 4 of the SRK Championship at Castle Combe in a few weeks.